If you're in the market for a high-efficiency, two-stage dust collection system, Laguna's C Flux Dust Collector might be the right fit. Let's take a closer look. We're back at IWF 2016 in Laguna's booth talking with Benjamin Helshoj about a new C Flux dust collection solution from Laguna. Benjamin, tell us more about it.
So this is our second generation. We made a lot of changes and let's delve into it. First of all, you see it now has a nice oval-shaped horizontal chute that allows the air to travel unrestricted from the fan out through the canister. There are no channels to go through. Creates a better static pressure and a higher CFM. We still have the mechanical cleaning with a paddle moving around inside the canister, but we now have the option of actually putting on an auto clean unit right here on top instead of the handle, and that includes a sensor that will feel that the static pressure in the canister has risen, and therefore it needs to start. It goes about 10 seconds one way, 10 seconds the other way. So that's pretty advanced. It's something we recommend for professional shops.
Sure.
If you're a one-man shop, you're probably going to stay on it and keep your machine clean. But if you have 10 employees, it's nice. You can automate it. It's a really nice option.
How fine is the filter?
It's a 1 micron.
1 micron filter.
However, this filter is actually 3 times bigger in surface area than the first generation. And the advantage of that is the faster you can make air escape, the more you can allow the machine to suck in. So again, more suction.
Sure.
Let's look at some of the things up front. Again, the motor mount, which seems like a detail, is mounted face down onto the chute, but we also now have it mounted to a side bracket here, a substantial side bracket, so it's kind of like L-shaped. This cuts down on vibration. It's a nice feature. You can feel when it's running, there's virtually no vibration, and it also creates a little less noise, and it's better for long-term wear and tear.
Sure. How large is the motor?
It's a 1.5 horsepower, 110 volt.
110 volt. It looks like there's 2 ports.
2 ports. You can shut down one if you're only using one. 4 inches. 2 4-inch ports. This is an unusual feature. Tell me about that, emptying the heavy dust collection. Yeah, we've gone to a new design here. It's octagon shaped. It requires that you seal it with silicone, but it's really a nice drum system. Before, you were kind of forcing the drum lid down into the ground, forcing the drum into the ground, created a lot of friction when you wanted to move it. It was also using a flex hose, which cut down on airflow. Now you're actually raising the drum. So see there, I'm lowering it, nice and easy. It sits with a very nice tight seal. See here, it goes up and forces it up against the drum lid. It's a very clean system. It's much easier to move the machine around, being that it raises up.
And what's the capacity?
This one is 32 gallons. The old one was like 20, so it's an improvement.
I'm not sure, you may not have mentioned it, but what is the CFM rating on this machine?
This one is in the 800 range. When you measure it the correct way, which there's a lot of discussion about, the correct way would be like to multiply the inlet diameter by 16, putting a hose on it at that length, whatever that length is, cut a hole right in the middle and measure it there, because that would be the shop setting. Measuring right here will give you a much higher reading. So it really depends on where you measure your CFM.
And Laguna measures it at the hose.
We actually give you both readings.
I see, I see.
Another thing, all these dimensions have been changed. The barrel, the position of the inlet. This is very important for the speed of the cyclone, of the CFM, and also for the separation. How the barrel is designed and the cone shape, where this is the portion where the chips and dust is slowing down, is being thrown against the sidewall, and you want as much as you can into the drum, as little as possible in the filter. That's why it's called a two-stage filtration.
Sure, sure.
On this model, we claim 99.97 separation. However, it's very depending on what types of material you're doing. It will vary whether it's a heavy material or light. The lighter, the more will get sucked through into the canister, which is what you don't want. The heavier, the more you'll have end up in the drum, which is what you do want.
Sure. Is the C Flux available now?
Yeah, it's available now, and it's available, like we said, 1.5 horsepower, 2 horsepower, and 3 horsepower.
And if our viewers would want to get more information about all of Laguna's new dust collection solutions, including the C Flux, what's your website?
Our website is lagunacleanair.com. That's a new micro website just for air and dust collection.
LagunaCleanAir.com.
Yeah.